take the linky, put it in my Discord just in case,
Yeah, I need to share this thing too.
and in my pools.
Alrighty.
Hell yeah. So today I had to help my neighbor. She bought a treadmill, and then as she was leaving the person's house after buying it, she immediately regretted her decision. So she got home, put it on Marketplace, and whatever. So she found a seller or a buyer today, and we get there, and they wanted this thing through their front door, tiny. So we ended up having to deconstruct this entire treadmill, dude. We had to take their door off the frame with all this stuff. I'm like, yo, I have to do some work, man. I know I'm just sitting at a computer, but like it's like I do got stuff.
Alright.
You
Herbie, you don't have a life. Okay, let's be
it
honest
may,
here.
it's like I don't get paid a lot from the guys, but like it is my job.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fuck. I wish I would be better out working a 9 to 5 at McDonald's. I'd have an excuse better.
Mm-hmm.
Jiminy crickets.
Look
Hi,
who showed
Jason.
up in the chat.
What's
Old
up, boy?
Jason over there. What's up, buddy? Alrighty.
So here we are.
Formula D, New Jersey.
We are here. Well, we're out. I'm home. You're home.
Yeah, I made it back alive.
I actually left on Sunday too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on my way back to the track, and I was like, I'm good. Honest, I'm like, yeah, I would like the footage just to have it, but I'll miss out on this Pro Bro down. Last year's was a wash for me. This year, I'll just take the year off, and then next year we'll come back swinging.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, so I made it home Sunday as well. I don't know if you made it home Sunday or.
yeah, I made it home Sunday. So
Mhm.
just so everyone's know, I'm from Michigan, so it's a 10-hour drive home, which is a pretty drive actually. I enjoyed the drive.
Yeah, yours is probably a little prettier than mine, just 95. Dude, I was in traffic almost the whole way. My 10 hours turned into almost a 12. I was so sad.
We got Big D in the chat.
Big D,
Big D. Let's go.
how about that humidity? Dude, the humidity, I feel like it's just everywhere. It's just like sweeping the nation. This heat wave that we got in Jersey during the event, I feel like just anywhere that you were, it was just not a good time. But I mean, I'd rather dry, hot than wet and like cool, or just any wet. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm just glad it
Rather,
wasn't like raining. Like
yeah. And that
that,
little bit of
especially
rain that
that
we got
that.
was right as the break happened, and it was like this super nice, like quick wind dusting of rain.
Dude,
Phew, that was beautiful.
I thought we were getting like a
Smoked.
wet top 16. I was gonna be really sad.
Yeah, I would have too. It turns a 35-mile-an-hour course right down to a 15 real quick. Real quick.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, as you guys know, obviously the weather, it was probably the second hottest FD I've ever been to.
I got
Like
videos of that guy. Sorry.
big.
He was the dude with the helmet in the
Ah,
autograph line. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there you go.
How about that? hundred
Yeah.
bucks a clip. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Actually, helmets were pretty popular this event. I saw like 3 or 4 people running through with helmets getting signed.
Oh, all
It
right.
was
That's
pretty
a good.
cool.
That's so. I got the dude that had the black one.
Gotcha.
So
I was
if
filming the
that
one. There was like a carbon one that was going through. I was filming
okay.
with like orange on it, but it seems to be a popular thing, obviously. And then you have the skateboards. A lot of people
Yeah,
bring the skateboards out.
I need a helmet just for wearing on a normal basis, dude.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Just for the tripod, so it doesn't smash you.
you know.
But yeah,
Yeah.
obviously the weather was not fun, and it made it so that you were just trying to. Oh, see,
So
you had the carbon orange one. See, I knew.
look at that. All right, you got that one.
Yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah. But yeah, it was rough. It was more of a survival round than anything. and I felt like shitty about it. Like just
Well,
constantly just re-upping on water, and then like you get
you
to a
got to.
spot and then like you become complacent because you don't want to move anymore, and you're like, well, I'd rather save my energy for when I do need my energy. And then dude, I ran that one time that I ran from where they take off into the first box. That little bit unnecessary run too.
Yep.
I was so shot for like 40 minutes after that. I was
Yep.
just like, after every run, I would just sit there. I'm like, dude, get it together. Like, come on, brother. Like, this is too early in the day to be feeling like this.
Oh, it
And
was awful.
meanwhile, you're watching Marku, this big ass dude. I don't know. They gotta pay him good. I hope they do.
Yeah, he
Uh,
was running, and
dude,
then
he
and the crowd was
huffs
getting
and
into
puffs.
it, man. I was like, I
I
felt
mean,
so bad for him.
yeah, and then the drone flying right next to him as he was running, and they just put him on the live screen, and so he's looking at the screen and he sees himself, and he's just like, well, great,
That's so mean,
pick
man.
on the big guy.
That's so mean. But he made it work, man.
He did. He hustles hard, man. He
Jason,
does.
40 waters and 20 Gatorades over 3 days. That's pretty good. That's like
S-
a, what's
Sounds
that,
about
like a
right.
12 water a day? I probably was
Yeah,
at like 15 waters, I think, a day. I felt
yeah,
like at least. Dude, I
yeah,
stole
definitely.
like two or three every time I went out. They
Mhm,
were always empty by the time I came back.
mhm.
And then I was stealing stuff out of the center one too. It was like,
Oh yeah, they were cool about it for this one
mhm,
for sure. They definitely did not care. The last thing they wanted to see was, oh, sorry, little mic action. The last thing they wanted to see was a media man down and
right.
out. Really, anybody down and out. I had, like I told you, I texted you that person in the grandstands. I had to get the paramedics for. I couldn't believe it.
That's wild.
I mean, I can believe it
That was the
because
first day, right? Or the second day?
that was the first day. I think practice
Yeah,
day,
first day.
practice seating. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It's just like, damn, man. Like I gotta move around, and you guys just get to chill out, and you're passing out. My brain starts to panic, and I'm like, am I gonna pass out? Am
Yeah.
I gonna be one of these people that makes a scene, dude? Like, damn, just like somebody drag me out, and like nobody say anything. Just keep it under wraps.
Exactly. Yeah. And in the meantime, I didn't know at the time, but I started to feel something in my throat during the weekend. So I was pounding cough drops the whole weekend. Turns out I had, well, I still have it. So that's why I still have a cough drop in my mouth.
It's
What's it
got a
even
little
called?
strep action.
Yeah, I got a little strep throat now. So this is a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
this dude was at. This is why he didn't, he was a little delusional. He's telling me
Dude,
to go just go party and whatnot. Get out of here, you crazy kid. Basically, like, you sound like a grandpa on Saturday
dude, I
night.
did though. My
I know.
voice lowered like 4 octaves, I swear.
I, there was something, man. I told, I don't know how many people in the bar. I was like, fucking Nate. This poor dude was so shot. I didn't transfer my shit over. I'm like, I don't really care. Like, there's some B-roll things that I do want to get, but that'll be eventually.
Yeah, we'll
And
get it.
like,
Yeah, we'll get
yeah,
that figured out.
I learned also that if I have a SSD and I just have it as exFAT, I can just copy from Mac, and then it still works on a. I'm an idiot, so just learned that yesterday. Thank you, Jeremy Z. Uh, but
Look at
yeah, I
him
thought that was cool,
making the switch to Canon over there.
dude. Big switch. Leaving the red at home and the cannon's coming by his side, dude.
Yeah,
Crazy.
well, about time. I mean, I've given him enough shit for it, so.
It'll have the dust knocked off of it soon enough again. It's
Oh
just a
yeah.
matter of time for the client. It's gonna be one big client, and it's not gonna be anything in drifting. And if it is, it's gonna be like a Rockstar deliberately hired this dude to start shooting like a movie.
Right.
And it's gonna, yeah, but ain't no driver could afford no red footage, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's funny because you said I was like delusional. So each night I had to get deliverables out to people, right?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah, you were
remember.
doing them in the morning.
Well, the first night I did it at night on
Oh yeah, you
Friday.
did it at night. The second, this,
I don't remember doing it though. That's the funny part.
Were they good?
I don't know. I
I mean,
just
good
sent them.
enough,
I
I'm
sent
sure.
them that night, and no one complained.
All
But
right.
I messaged drivers in the morning. I was like, guys, I don't remember editing any of this or sending it to you. But
Damn. Yeah, you were chooched, man. Now this is a sober Sally here. He don't be sipping no day drinks or nothing. No smoking the devil's lettuce or nothing. He is just
once in a blue moon. But it's like,
a
it's
working man.
yeah, I got stuff I got to do, and it's one of those things where it's like you have to get the deliverables out, and like it was like literally, it was like I was drunk, without
Yeah,
drinking anything. It
honestly,
was
that's
wild, and
you. That was like the most giggly that I had ever seen you at the end of Saturday night. It was like you were just so
done.
out of it.
I was so
Yeah, like
done.
done, happy probably, unknowing that it was over. Like now you
Mm-hmm.
can go back to air conditioning for more than just 15 minutes and
Mm-hmm.
then go home. You know, it was over.
Right.
And then on top of it, just the strep that was making you a little loopy.
Right.
And
It's
the mass amounts of halls that you were ingesting, which is probably a lethal dosage, honestly. The amount of what's
dude.
in the things not meth, but the
I have
menthol.
no idea. Yeah.
Menthol. Yeah, the amount of
Dude, I had
menthol
like a
that you were
pack of
taking.
15 just chilling in my at all times. Just
I know, dude.
throw
You
them
had a
in. I'll
bag
probably
of like
throw in like
150.
4 or 5 during this thing. But
Insanity.
yeah, just so everyone knows, we got Lizard Cam down here. You can't tell because it's blown out. But maybe
But
I'll
she's
figure
down
out a
there.
way to actually like lower the brightness. I probably could figure it out, but
Yeah, it's a,
I'll
it's an
probably
Apple
I'll get her out
product.
at the
It's
end.
smart.
I'll bring her out.
Yeah,
She's
for the
just
finale.
chilling. Yeah.
Get
But
her to kiss the cam.
exactly. But yeah, no. Let's actually talk about the actual event because
Yep. Pro spec and pro.
there's definitely some stuff that happened this weekend and some stuff that
Yeah, I
I don't know,
mean,
I wasn't expecting.
starting on Wednesdays, you just get the the East Coast hospitality, the E Town
Hmm.
hospitality. Everybody showing up that is there already. You get this opportunity to go to the front track, the road course, and you could just go have a ball. Like it's literally just like a field day for the pro drivers to just work out any last minute kinks, and like it's truly just like a bro session. Like hanging out on that track on Wednesdays is it's hard to beat that feeling of just like wow, this is why we do this. Like this is fun. You got like the one video I have of I took it on my camera of Dylan working with Magmumi or Magmami, however you actually. I'm sorry, however I butcher your name. Um, just working like with him, like trying to figure out what's going on with his car, and then just like some Joe Schmoes showing up and just hanging out, driving their cars, like not, it's like wow, where else can you go the day before you start competing
Hmm.
and just you could have a beer in your hand. You know what I mean? Like you just be hanging out. It's just
Hmm.
nonchalant. It is super nice. You don't have to wear your full race gear. And then right into Thursday, the
Right.
longest and most treacherous, day. And you don't think about it until it's like halfway through, and you're like,
Right.
man, this is booty cheeks. It says brakes. It says brakes on the schedule, but these brakes are just enough time for me to like grab some water and then like hustle back to my spot or like try to get to a spot quicker so that way nobody
Hmm.
else, sorry to the rest of the media, but like we gotta beat you there.
Right.
It
Exactly.
is what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, you had it right
Yeah.
this
It
time.
was.
Magmumi. Nice. Thank you.
Well, yeah, we got Malik, Fall Dog,
Yeah, we got
Delvey,
a bunch of people. What's
a
up,
bunch of people
everybody?
popping in. Let's go. All right, guys. So I guess we can talk about Wednesday. Obviously, as you said, it's the longest day. It's the worst day by far. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess we should talk about first before we even get into the competition. You caught a fight on the live stream.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The people saw it. Yeah, the people. I forgot about it. Yeah, because all right. So everybody, if you're attending any future FD rounds this year, there is a rule. Apparently, I don't. It didn't exist at Atlanta. I don't. Is this just an E Town rule, or I don't know? But like, they didn't allow pop-ups. No pop-up tents. So that's what the tussle was nearly about. Poor old Danny, our E Town's finest, track work, or not track worker, but like a staff member for Raceway Park. Sorry for my mic. Um, he had to go and tell this guy to take his tents down. First thing in the day, it's already hot. The guy had to truck this stuff in there. He got through original security, whatever. Felt bad that, Danny felt bad. He had to go let this guy know, take him down, or else, you get kicked out. The dude just immediately took it to 11, bro. Like, he didn't have any middle ground of, like, well, why? He like hit him with a, like, well, they let us in through the gate, and then just went straight to the top. And it was insane to me. Like, it started there, and then it was Englishtown, New Jersey brings out the anger in people. I genuinely feel it brings out the good the good fighting anger in people. It's so stupid. But like, ultimately, Andy Luck ended up having to come over because him and Danny were just like yapping at each other, and like Danny the year before had to literally swan dive Superman, like tackle a woman in the grandstands during the pro competition because she smacked him a bunch. She was a drunken fool, and she just kept beating the crap out of Danny. So he ended up having to tackle this woman. No one better to do the job than that man. But yeah, that was just like right off the start. The guy Andy didn't kick him out. Andy was very like, there's like hardly anybody in the grandstands at this point. It's just like you could count them on, not on your two hands, but like you could imagine. Um, insane. So just the the level of entitlement with people nowadays. If you're told to do something, just do it. You can question them, but as you're questioning, take your thing. Whatever it might be, take it up with whoever. Take it up with Raceway Park. Unfortunately, be like, yo guys, you let me in with this thing, you gotta make me walk all the way. This, that, the other thing. But then, like, and
it's
skipping a little bit,
E10s
but
in the
then
grandstands, right?
it was
Just
in the grandstands.
right.
Yeah,
Just a clarification for Cleo.
yeah. Oh yeah.
What's up, Cleo?
Because it's because, like, honestly, it's a safety thing. There's no way to really tie down a tent up there. You get mass amounts of wind. And the last thing that they want to deal with is somebody who didn't tie their tent down to the thing. Because you can, obviously, if you bring rope, just fucking tie it around damn chairs or whatever, or the seats. But nobody's doing that, So they're just there to just
so
waltz
people
away
had
and impale somebody.
umbrellas, so you can do umbrellas, but
Yeah.
no tents in there.
Yeah, I think LZ was literally in the live stream. I don't know if you caught that at all, but I was like jokingly saying, I was like, yeah, you don't want the tent to fly away, as like LZ's doing an autograph session with a fan, and all of a sudden that person gets impaled, and then somebody in the chat was like, then LZ hits him with, oh, here's a free wheel or whatever, and then LZ in the chat wrote, he's like, wait, what happened? I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, nothing has happened. Nothing has actually happened.
It was just a theoretical.
I'm like, I don't know if that was the real guy, but like, if it was, everything's all right, dude. If you...
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was literally within the first, I don't know, what, 30 minutes of practice beginning.
Because I saw the social media shortly after. I was like, oh gosh, what did Herbie do now?
No fights.
Well,
I'm all love. What bad words did I say?
Well, it's not even the only time where tempers flared up either.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
yeah, Mohan and Robbins
And Robbins,
getting a little
I love to
feisty.
see it. I love to see it. I know we're jumping ahead a little bit, but good golly,
That was
that's
first day too,
it's
right?
still on the first day.
First, it
Still
was
on the
like the
first day.
second run out or
Yeah,
something, dude.
literally was just. It was a bad series of events. You know, there was Robbins tried to do the right thing. I truly think he wasn't just. Nobody goes out there to just play smash up derby, dude. We don't have a reset the pit button where our cars get fixed, like or
Right.
no ifs ands or buts. But like, um, I I didn't really catch the Mohan fight, Jason. I was a little further out. I recorded what I could, but it was a smoke fest from where I was. So like
Right.
I just shut it off. Um, but like, yeah, I think Robbins tried to do the right thing. I think Mohan was also in the right because it was his first run out for the day. You know, now he has zero practice time for the rest of this weekend. Like, because that car got chooched. That thing was
Mm-hmm.
it hit, he hit, and then Robbins really made sure that he hit, and then Robbins did the bend and snap while still on throttle onto another car, and that was just he double dipped.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So really Mohan got a triple dipper
Yep.
on one zone, and that just stinks. First run out. E Town, baby. Just
Yeah.
coming
Right.
out swinging. Yeah, Denova last year telling poor Stookie to pack a shit in the trailer. Forever going to be iconic, you know, little shirts and stickers made of that. But like
Right.
now you got this year of, crowd members trying to fight
Mm-hmm.
again. And then you got Robbins, Mohan, just tempers were high. The temperatures were high, and the temperatures were or the
Mm-hmm.
temperaments were also they went
Right.
1 to 1 literally. So
It's
that's
funny.
part of blew up the
The
group
funny
chat. What
part
up,
is
Clay?
Denofa was there too.
Yeah, he was. He was helping Hobson out again. You could really tell.
Yeah, he was helping Hobson. He was helping TLO.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
was helping TLO, and I think he was helping Higa out this weekend too, just with
yeah.
suspension stuff. So I mean,
You,
to me, it's like the amount of FD rounds I've seen Chelsea at. I'm like, dude, you could have just ran.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
take the Fox body, bud. Show them how it's done. You know.
He's probably making some coin though by just showing up.
Oh yeah, he's making a bunch of money doing that.
Without the cost of breaking his shit. Now he
Right.
gets to do the fun events and make money going to FD. And people are still like, "Yo, Chelsea, come back!" And it's just like, just grows that dick a little bit bigger each time. It's like, yeah, damn Skippy, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah,
But
seating bracket then.
yeah, I mean, there was no other real major issues that I noticed in practice. I don't believe
No, everybody looked really good.
it
Honestly,
was
I
pretty
mean,
smooth. So one change they did this year though is they moved the walls back like 2 feet.
oh yeah, that messed up my boys bad.
Did it?
Well, that's yeah. Otherwise, like that's never. They moved them back. It was like overall from where they used to be, where they used to compete for the gambler and everything.
Right.
They're 6 feet further back.
Right.
Those walls literally used to be so you could scrub your rear end
Mm-hmm.
and like almost booty bump off of it. And now it's like an extra layer of difficulty because you can't just bounce back off.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep that in the line.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you drop that one tire, that your
But I
car just wants to wheelie over and
right.
then go towards the wall.
But I feel like it saved a lot of cars this weekend
It
from
definitely
crashing.
saves some as long as like,
Because if you went deep, a lot of people were able to save it. Like I know there were a bunch of people that dirt dropped, but were
it's
able to
just
save it. You know.
you'll save the crash, but you won't save your zero.
Right. Right.
If
Right.
you're able to like position the car, if you know that you're coming in way too hot for that outer zone, and if that wall was up against it, you could bump,
Mm-hmm.
like get a hard hit. They're still gonna they can clearly see that it's harder than rather a nice wall ride,
Right.
but you'll be within the zone still.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like if you go out of the zone and you got to work yourself back in from the dirt. That's what happened with Alex, and that's how he lost his 32 battle.
Yeah.
Um, absolutely, like it's just a new layer of difficulty that cutting through that chase line, smoke line is
Hmm.
just hard. It's
Hmm.
very hard, especially for the dudes that have done all these laps on this track.
Right.
And I think it was genuinely easier for like a person like I can't even say Osoli, dude, because he rips that track for the Gambler all the time.
Hmm.
He just rips. So shout out to Osoli. You are just a you got you got zero mechanical care in the world. The dude
Right.
just bangs limiter, he knows how that car needs to drive, and he's like, if I don't drive it 100% all the time, I'm not driving it. So
Right. No, it's that thing is hooked up too. That thing moves.
I know, sad face there, Gardner. I know, our boy. I got the
Alrighty.
shirt on. Got the
Yeah.
shirt.
All right. Let's actually make it into the event. Let's start with I guess let's start with the seating bracket because pro spec. I don't know. I guess we. I just wanted a quick look
I forget
at
what
the
the
battles
prospect
in
seating
pro
bracket.
spec.
Oh, poor Ricky. Shout out to Ricky Hoffman, my boy. He had a lot of mechanical issues going into this that he, of course, didn't know or
Hmm.
care to take care of beforehand, and ended up realizing that his subframe was completely split in half in the rear. So had to weld that during his only practice time,
Hmm.
and then coming back out with a clapped out vehicle. So
Right. Well, we actually got some guys with their first wins though. Because of it, Nick got his first win in pro spec. Um,
Nick, oh Jimenez,
Jimenez, yeah, got his first win. We got Cody Dempster, who also got his first win in Pro Spec, and Brandon
yep,
McDowell got his first win in Pro Spec.
Lee Yearwood.
Lee got his first. No, didn't he?
Did he? Did he get one?
I think
I thought he got. No, he had to. No, that's a lie. He didn't have to.
no. I
But
think
I
he
didn't
lost in
know
top
if he made.
32.
Okay.
But yeah, a couple guys get their first wins um, in Pro Spec, so that was good to see.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, and the thing with Pro Spec is when you're in this level, it's really up and down. A lot of these guys are still running their new cars. It's
Yep.
really you know,
Yeah. Dempster.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's one of those things where unfortunately this is like the least competitive part of the whole event is the seating bracket for Prospec, but I thought I saw some solid stuff out of it still.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Definitely, it wasn't bad. Um, Trevor made it in, right? Or no, he lost against Brian Wills, right?
yeah. I
Damn.
remember that. Yeah, because
Yeah, that
he did something
stinks.
funky too.
In his chase run,
Hmm.
he boofed it. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
I told you I was feeling real good about a lot of these like my hometown guys, and
local guys. Yeah.
almost literally every single one of them, if all of them, ended up biting the bullet on a big L.
Hmm.
Stinks, you know.
Right.
All of our peeps come out, and all the support and everything, just to look like, I don't even want to say look like a fool, because honestly they
Hmm.
all did drive pretty damn good. Matt drove great for what it was, whatever. So
Right.
proud of all of the pro spec drivers, honestly.
Hmm. Yeah. And so, yeah, Lizzie was moving.
Oh, yeah.
What you doing, bud? You coming to see me?
Hey there.
Where are you going? I don't know if you guys can see it, but
I see her. That's hilarious.
coming to say hey. I'll grab her real quick.
All right. We got the big baby.
Get my headphones. All right, so this is Molly. She is a Argentine black and white Tegu, and she is shedding right now. That's why
Oh
you got all
yeah,
this
look at
extra
her.
skin on her.
Yeah, you can.
But yeah, she doesn't like to be held, so
How
I'm gonna put her
heavy is she?
down. There you go, baby.
That's a funny looking dog.
You say something, I got unplugged there.
He said
But
that's a funny looking dog, Brandon.
yeah,
That's crazy.
I
Well,
should have
how
went full
heavy is she?
screen, but I'll do it later. Probably 15, 20, 15 to 20 pounds in that range.
Okay. Yeah.
She's
But
about
like
4 feet.
but like a sloppy
Hmm.
15
She's
it's
chunky in
like
the middle
it's
there.
like it's like holding liquid almost.
What are you doing, bud? Yeah, so she does what she wants.
Just do it. Yeah.
I just hope she doesn't pee on the carpet.
Don't
She's
pee on
kind
the
of,
carpet.
yeah. But, all right. Sorry, guys. Back to the event.
Yeah.
But,
We're at the pros.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Haley for getting third place for
Dude, his
showing up,
post on
dude.
Instagram was so funny. How does it feel to win 3 battles without actually having to beat anybody? Well, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence. That was like I was talking to Matt about that. It's like, man, he's a good dude, ain't he? I'm like, yeah,
Dude, he's
he
so
just
funny.
like I'm like he likes making fun of himself like we do, you know? It's like,
Well, obviously, what do you think about the whole Drift Wizard thing? You know, that's like
oh, it's great, it's incredible. He's
it's his
such a
whole
goober.
thing. You know, he likes to
Yeah,
have some fun.
he really does, and
He embraces the homeless look. You know,
he branded himself so good.
it's so good, man.
It is great.
But
Hmm.
obviously, I think the only one of the I think the only one that I was kind of personally surprised with was Zhao put it down against Robert Thornton. You know,
Yeah, he finally
so
did a complete run without looping.
well, well, it was car breaking. Really, it's more usually what does it. But
Yeah, but in practice time, I feel like almost he tries. I feel like what he does in practice is truly what practice is all about. He tries to go out and put the whole thing on the line, and
mm-hmm.
he tries to figure out where it fails. Like where is that failing point?
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes to the seating bracket or whatever, and then he actually does a full run. Whereas, like in the practice, he literally does not. I don't think he completed one full run
Right.
during the practice time, and I don't think he had any mechanicals, but I could be wrong this round.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, and like Thor and I talked to him obviously afterwards. All he did was miss outer zone one, and that's all it does. That's all you have to
Yeah,
do. You know.
yeah, that's the biggest one. I feel like if your entry on this track, they judge so hard, especially like Reese
Mm-hmm.
being an old gambler judge for this
Oh
course.
yeah, dude.
Like he was huge. That was his number one thing for the gambler.
Do
Fill
not miss
outer
it.
one. He
Mm-hmm.
does not give a fuck about like what you do on that transition really. Like just get to two, fill two, but like get that one mint and well you'll be in the promised land, you know?
I mean,
So
and that's how his weekend ended. I felt bad for him, but
real quick.
I,
But he is looking really good this year. So
dude, he's looking solid. He needs to
he's having
put it
a
just
bad
that extra
luck.
little touch, you know, and during the battles, and I think he's got it.
Yep.
Obviously Ben Hobson lost
Same
fourth
thing with
event in a
him.
row.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
tough,
he
man.
is looking so good though. He's starting to really
He's getting used to it.
feel that car, yeah. Yep. It's
So
definitely a wild animal that he's trying to tame, but he's figuring it out every damn round.
yeah, and you know another guy I want to give a shout out to, Derek Madison, because he
Oh
made the
yeah, dude.
laps.
He did. He was putting down. That
Yeah.
that that chassis just immediately looked faster. Like probably because it wasn't crooked or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
cracked, like some hidden cracks in the frame
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it was a rigid new chassis, and that thing just looked like it worked good.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I know coming up to his hometown, coming to his home track, and I'm hoping the best for that dude. Like he's a G. He's a fun one. He's he definitely knows how to chat with the ladies. Shout out, shout out to Team Hats for the ladies. Wish one more times existed in seating, but even Derek losing that battle was a huge win for getting through. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I noticed even on Wednesday, Jason, you were there, fucking shooting the belts off even there. I believe you guys were too. It's just a matter of time before it gets completely dialed in. I'll never forget Alex's Pro-Am car, and year after year, the power steering belts that car would eat through. And then he finally found the right tensioner that worked great. It's been mint ever since. It's maybe, gone through one, but like it used to be after like almost every other lap. And that's how he
Mm-hmm.
used to lose his pro-am comps, is because of the power steering belts just getting tossed out. And I can go back to videos and you see him like fucking banging up on the hood. And then you see his driving become like, whoa, baby. So like,
That's
yeah,
sketchy, dude.
once the belt thing, like, and it's the same thing with supercharger. You go from 1,000 horsepower right down to 6 or whatever it might be, and you got these 295s or 305s on and towed in or towed
Right.
out,
Yeah,
like,
you're not. Yeah, you're not obviously gonna be
yeah,
spinning that.
yeah, you're gonna have a tough time.
It can get really sketchy too if you're by a wall and you lose and
Yeah,
grip
you're
up or
on
something.
transition and like it's just, you go to clutch kick and it
Mm-hmm.
slaps itself off and you're just whoop. Okay, we're going straight now instead.
Yep. Yeah. This is cough drop number 3.
Hell yeah, baby. But
We're
yeah,
working through.
shout out to DMAT and the new chassis. 305, come alive. That's right.
Yeah, I think Halls is sponsoring this episode.
Dude, if we got a Hall sponsor,
I
be making some money.
know.
you
My room I bought the last week or so. It's nuts.
know, shout out Halls.
But yeah, I mean the rest of it kind of played out how I thought it was going to for the most part.
Yeah,
Um,
I was shocked about whatchamacallit, Federico
yeah, he did solid.
beating Stuckey. But based on lap time, come to find out, him and Odie, they had basically the same exact lap time.
Really.
Yep, it was just in certain sections they were faster or slower, but
Hmm.
in the grand scheme, I think Federico was like a quarter second faster,
Interesting.
which is like, but then it's hard to say because was his line proper or was he cutting some things and maybe shaving some time off that way. It's hard to just base it off of lap time. Like you could put down a better lap time if you just drove the course.
Right. Yeah.
But
And it's one of those. It's one of those things where this track I feel like is really even for
yeah,
slower cars. So, because you can cut the line pretty easy. Um,
you definitely
and
can cut the line easy.
yeah, so I think that's why I really like this track because it really opens it up to anyone can win.
Yeah,
And
you don't
obviously,
need the highest of horsepower here.
yeah, and obviously at the end of the day, we still had some big names in here, but we also had LZ and Hughes. So two
Hmm.
guys that haven't made the final four in a minute. So
Post show. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, seeing Brewski, back up there doing his thing. I mean, he
yeah.
met the wall. Oh wait, yeah, in practice, he
Hmm.
did the
Oh,
classic.
that's right. Yeah.
Dude, the very first Gambler, he did that same exact thing. The very first one in the finals, it was him versus Kenrick, and he fucking came in hot in the
Yeah.
chase position, and he took out Kenrick so hard.
That was
Shoo-wee!
back in the Z3 days.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Were you there for that?
Oh yeah, I was there.
You were.
Yeah, I was filming.
Right. Oh yeah, I
I was
remember
there
you
with
because
Naren.
you would run up for every damn like when they would announce who won.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
that's
you
right.
run. Yeah, you ran up to the damn. I'm like, you're out of your mind, dude.
Yeah. No, that was a fun event. I think Naren ended up winning that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I wish I could come to more. Only you guys were closer. Which
I know.
actually brings me to something I want to talk about at the end of the show. There was a big
Okay.
announcement made today.
Oh, clutch kickers.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to
Uh,
it. Um, but yeah,
Nippon.
yo, Jason, I just got it, and thanks for sending that, dude. I will. I'll pass those over. He looks.
Uh,
He sent me some pictures of you, and you look
Of
way too
me?
happy, bro. Why are you so happy, bro? You look like it's the greatest day of your life.
Top 16 at the greatest place on earth?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, baby. That is pretty. That is a recipe for happiness. That and the new VDC track, the Drift Mansion track. Hell yeah.
Oh, that place looks
Hell
cool.
yeah, dude.
But yeah. So obviously, Dimitri won. Hurst was looking great. Kind of expected it, and it was a super. How do I want to say this? Actually, yeah, we're not gonna talk about
What?
that. Nothing. Just something about the finals.
Of the seating bracket?
People possibly doing things to make sure they go against certain people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who did? So who would this be?
All right.
Dimitri
So,
versus LZ. Damn.
um,
Or
so we make it into. Let's talk about Prospect first. Um, so Prospect, obviously, I thought this was probably one of the better Prospect rounds I've seen. I would say,
yes.
as far as battles go, it's expected. It's obviously on this track, easier track. Yo, shout out Link ECU. I don't know who made these, but this is the FD website, so sick.
Hell yeah!
Um,
Shout out Link, whoever
yeah.
those guys are.
But I think it was a really fun event to watch, and
I mean, it
um,
made me sad,
well, obviously
obviously,
all your
but
buddies were getting knocked out for silly
yeah,
little things, but
they were just dropping left and right. I mean, Bystrike got, he got to do 3 battles with Leonard, so
mm-hmm.
that that he
Well,
did more runs than some
well,
people for the
both of
whole
them were
weekend.
just like messing up
Yeah, and
in one
on
spot, and it was like, guys, somebody just put it together, which I was finding kind of weird because you know how they were like saying, hey, we're not gonna
do one more
rerun
times
battles
if
unless they're like 100 point
yeah,
lead
an
runs or something, and
85
it's
or
like,
whatever it
but then you
was.
go and do a bunch of one more times on people that were zeroing chases, you know, so it's
Yeah,
like I prefer the old way where we just did one more times anyways,
yeah,
because it's just easier to do, in my opinion.
rather than
It
like
lets the drivers decide and not the judges for the most part. So
yeah, and like the crowd,
mm-hmm.
it's like
Yeah,
what, who do we want to
so
say?
I
It's
wasn't
like
really complaining about it. I just thought it was funny because it didn't really follow the what's
the
the word?
rule.
Yeah, the rules that they kind of set out. But
Yeah.
as far as like the battles and stuff, uh, Dimitri got knocked out early, which is kind of surprising. Sam got him out.
Yeah.
Um,
Sam was driving great though.
but Sam was doing solid.
Mhm.
Obviously TLO was looking great all weekend. He's just a really good driver. Car's super fast and set up.
Yep.
Uh, so you knew he was going to be a problem the entire weekend, and he made it everybody's problem. Everyone he went against. Um, and
Yeah,
then
he's just good.
the other guy who obviously Conor Osoli, you saw, and we're going to talk about him when he wins. So we'll talk about him later. So I'm going to move on to the next guy that I was really impressed with was Talasco.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
one of
they
those
were
guys
saying
that
that
just
they
he.
switched up like car setup and shit, and
Mm-hmm.
you could really tell he looked comfy.
Well, the thing is, he's always been able to put down good lead runs and good runs in practice. He's always looked solid, but when it comes to actual competition, he likes to get in his head, and you'll know drivers that are like
Oh yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see him just put down some solid battles, and he was able to make it into. I think it's his first grade 8.
Yeah.
So it was a good job for him. You know, Sean Illingworth also, I think that's his first grade 8 as well.
Yep.
So it's his second year. So he was making his way through things pretty solidly as well. So a couple guys. Well, actually, I think the guy that I think picked to win was Cole Richards. He gets knocked out in top 32, so that's kind of an
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah, who was
Um,
he against? He was up Corey.
Alaska,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I was pretty excited to see that.
Yeah, so that was cool.
It's
But
pretty
yeah,
pumped on that one.
so I know Cole was like looking for a championship this year, so that's a big bummer for him.
Yeah.
And then another guy that some guys that I picked to win was Love on
Yep.
the other side, and got knocked out by Amanda. And
Yeah. I
I
couldn't believe
think
it.
probably was the biggest story of the prospect side of the weekend was
Yeah.
probably Amanda. You know,
She crushed it. I
yeah,
mean, her
she
lead
drove,
runs were
in my
incredible.
opinion, very safe, but her car was fast enough to where she could keep up with everyone, no problem, as long as she give people space on transition.
Yep.
So, and then she just suck right up. So it was actually very smartly played by her, and I think I mean, she's been driving a bit more lately, and
I think she did get lucky. I thought she got lucky with the Chen battle, with the way how they called it.
yeah.
That entry, I thought on Nate's part, I thought that he truly, I didn't really see any delay necessarily on his entry. I forget exactly if they called it because he was late to get back on throttle or if he was late to actually throw it into initiation.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was a little crazy. I'd have to like replay it back for like
Right.
my own, like from the drone perspective again,
Mm-hmm.
and I would probably agree once I did see it from the judge's
Right.
perspective rather than, you know. But that was it. Otherwise, I was like, damn, every time that she would go out, and I remember Walter saying to me, he's like, if she would just get closer on the chases, she's got this. And that was in practice. And then she started genuinely like dialing in her chase
Mm-hmm.
runs a little bit more rather than like she was staying back like you said in those transitions, but like that surging stopped as much. She like maintained that gap rather than like that constant like
Mm-hmm.
whoop and then off throttle whoop because her car, like you said, it is fast and it's gripped up. It's just quiet.
Right. Yeah, and then now that I look about this, we had two ladies in the grade A this weekend.
hmm
And
But
I don't think
Amanda
it's
being the first one on the podium now,
mm-hmm.
dude, you know,
Yeah, and I don't think this is
Kelsey,
Kelsey's
she's
first grade eight, but
yeah, this is like her,
another
she's becoming like an
solid.
antique out there.
Mm.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, she's been doing this a long time, but it's another cool thing to see. And then as far as Chen, solid job getting top four.
Yeah,
He's a good driver though, so not really a big surprise in my opinion.
I'm shocked.
Um,
Has he been on the podium yet? I don't think he has.
I think he has one of these runs. I'm pretty sure he's made it to the
Yeah, I
podium
mean,
once.
cause he is great. He is a good driver.
What
He's aggressive.
What are you doing? She's moved
I,
her entire bed over. It used to
I
be
see.
underneath
I
there. Now
see
it's over
that.
there. What are you doing,
Redesigning
dude?
some interior design.
You can't. Yeah, that's what she does, literally with her cage too. But
That's funny.
but yeah. So and then obviously Conor O'Sullivan with the win, and
Yeah.
I think he deserved it. I don't. The way he was driving, I think the best battle of the weekend was him against TLO.
Yep.
That was the one I was waiting for, honestly, because they were both looking really good in practice and
Yeah. And
put
you
on a
know that
hell of a battle, man.
they're gonna just give it to each other. Like, you know that if it was Alex versus Connor, like it would have been like the same thing. But like
Hmm.
across the board, like there's really nobody else that would give that type of battle. In the
Yeah.
or Dimitri also is obviously somebody that would be right there. But like
Hmm.
nobody puts on for Prospect the show that like Osoli and
Right.
then one of those other people put on.
Right.
So yeah, I love watching him drive. I can't wait to see him in pro. But at the same time, like I like watching him in Prospect because then it gives me something fun to like look forward to for the Prospect guys. You know,
Right.
it's like, hey, maybe stick around because this makes us less monotonous.
Exactly. Yeah. So honestly, I thought it was a really fun event, though. Honestly, it was
hmm
really really, I think showed a lot of the drivers that were willing to risk things too,
Yep.
and uh, it bit some of them, but like I don't know, I was just happy, even though I was miserable with the heat.
It,
It was
I had smiles on quite a bit watching the driving for this round,
it
and
was cool.
there was a time that I definitely said to myself, and just out loud, I was like, "The drifting is so back. Like FD
Hmm.
is so back this year. It truly just seems like it's turned up like levels way better than it has been in these past few years. Like makes it a lot more enjoyable from the media standpoint when everybody has really turned their skill level up like
Oh, absolutely.
tenfold. Yeah. So thank you to all the drivers.
Yeah. So,
The pro guys.
all right. So, um, now we're to the pro guys. Yeah, exactly. And you
Sorry,
know,
Stookie.
yeah. Well, it's all
You
part of the
you know what
draw.
you know what they told him in the pit?
What?
I was over by his thing before their battle, and they were like, just remember, you literally can't hit him. Like no matter what you do, you will not hit him. Just
Hmm.
remember that. So just flat out the whole time.
Right.
And they're not wrong. I mean, like you when you see that name and you're like, damn, I have to go up against this dude in the 32, and you know what he's about, you know what his chases are all about, and it's everything. It's like, damn.
Hmm.
But you know you're gonna have a good time when you're up against somebody like that. At least you know there's gonna be no like gimmicks or games. It's just flat out good driving, and you could put out your best driving to match that. You're not gonna have to do any funny business. It's like, oh,
Right.
they throw too much angle going in and out or two. It's like, no, this dude's just a missile.
Right. Exactly. And shout out to Freddie Osbo. He
Yep.
beat Higa after losing to him last round. So
Redemption.
fun battle. And then probably
I
that.
was hoping for Higa to like genuinely hold the title. I was
Hmm.
truly just like picturing like a WWE like scenario, and you got Higa just with the belt, and then Osmo comes in and does a little clothesline on him or something. Uh,
But then you got probably the best battle of the weekend between Shanahan and Osbo. Was it two more times, and they were all bangers? Well, actually,
best.
no. There was that one where they both spun.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
But I mean, like pushing it to such a limit where you're like, good
mhm.
God, that chase video of Connor on Osmo is truly that is like that's peak.
Right,
That has to be one of the best videos in FD history that they have ever.
right.
Like holy smokes.
There's
And
zero room.
I got to witness that. It's like
It was cool.
holy shit. Yeah. 10 out of 10. Great job to both of them. I could have sat there and watched that until 10:30 all by itself. So,
Hmm.
thank you for that both of you.
Exactly. Well, and then Josh was like, LZ came in and knocked out down Osbo after that, which is wild.
Yeah. I mean, his chase Josh, I do agree his chase was very good, but like the proximity on Connor. Like, yeah, it's like okay, his angle isn't as much, but like he's going wheel to wheel, whereas LZ's is a little more dialed back. I don't want to say dialed back, but like he's on the door.
Hmm.
It's a safe place. You're going wheel to wheel. That is a scary place. That
Yeah.
is a very danger zone, and that's what Europe like European drifting is like all about. Irish drifting is just
Hmm.
wheel to wheel, low angle, whereas LZ has, as he goes about all these other countries and things, he's learning. Clearly, his driving is shown. But I would definitely, I'd still put him at a second Josh, but everybody's opinion is different. You know,
Hmm.
I just truly thought that Connor's chase runs were that dude rips, man. That dude just he is, and that car looks so nimble.
Hmm.
Damn,
Yeah.
Rome, you built a missile. You built-
Yeah.
out of zone one, Adam threw more angle than Ozzo and Chase and still doored him, but Connor was sick. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, I
Hmm.
that's where it would be a tough second. It would be truly a tough second. I think the consistency in Connor is what does it for me too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I truly
And the
I
thing
have
is
we have that
too.
clip somewhere. Of obviously we have every clip. We
Yeah.
have
Right.
every-
Um, and then I think the guy who had probably the worst weekend of the weekend.
Simon.
Yeah, dude, he was so
Yeah.
bummed after that. I
Another
felt
another
so bad
dude that
for
I'm
him.
truly rooting for.
You know, it's just you. He's literally his last practice run, and he blows an engine, and it's like
Yep.
doesn't even get an opportunity to stay in the fight. You know.
They made the executive decision to pull it, to just call it. I guess they could have, based on his post that he made today, they could have just like sent it, but like it would have done ultimately way more damage than, they're able to salvage some of the parts now
Right.
by just throwing in the towel. Um, Whereas like, send it for a top 32, like, yeah, what do you get, like 6 points for pulling up to the line or something
Right.
like that? It's like, is
Hmm.
is 6 points really worth
Hmm.
winning the next round?
Well, they
Or
pulled the car to the line. I just don't think it ran and went
oh,
through
okay,
on.
all
Hmm.
right, so they did get the all right. That's all that
Hmm.
matters. I'm always big on just get there and then just leave. Just yeah, I agree, but feel bad for him. Good job for Jones though. I know he got into the top 16. He got to do his little weird
Up top.
intro. Not gonna lie, it was pretty. That was pretty cringe, Jeff. Like you've had some better ones, dude. You have definitely had some better ones. Yeah, you don't
So,
want to hawk two on that thing. You want you don't not a dude. Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought definitely it made me giggle as I was shooting it, but I was just like, brother, brother.
Dude, and I was standing next to Andy Luck when he did that too. And I
Mhm.
was like, I turned to Andy and I was like, hey man, it's a professional race series. And he's like, I don't want to hear it right now.
The people get to really hear the true Andy when it's the live stream on the podium.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The early birds really they get to hear Andy in true form.
He just doesn't care, dude.
No, that's a G. That's a good guy right there.
But yeah. So that was kind of that part of the bracket. We got this part of the bracket where we got
Manoa, Manoa,
shout
of
out
course.
Gucci man.
Dude, the Elder. It was like they got their JD, like the JDM sticker is like a new driver
Yeah, yeah.
versus like the old driver. It was new versus old right there, baby. Like that was straight, like the sensei,
Mm-hmm.
or gets shown by the master. I forget who's higher up on that. The sensei is the sensei. Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a sick
The
run.
master teaching the Padawan kind of thing.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was great to see, and like I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny, the two Japanese guys going at it,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
you got
I did.
Kazuya too,
I
but
didn't want to see, like, I wanted to, but I didn't want to because I know then that one of them is getting knocked out, and
mm,
I would have rather have seen them go up against each other in like a final four or like
right,
you know. But that was sick. Yeah, Gucci with the Jay-Z this year has definitely made, and like they raised the car, it looks like,
hmm,
and like it doesn't look as cool as last year. I will
yeah, they went
I
with the
will
new
say
kit as
that.
well this year.
Yeah.
It's not as aggressive,
but it's more competitive, and that
Mm-hmm.
car is certainly very competitive. He is just
Mm-hmm.
he's going back to his roots. It looks like he keeps winning shit over in FD Japan.
I know, dude.
So it's like, dude, just bring some of that over here. You getting jet lagged? Yeah,
No,
that's
and it's good for him because I think he's pretty high in the standings. Actually, I have the standings right here, dude. He's
mm,
fifth overall.
yeah, top 10 in podium again. Yeah, that's what
Shout
Malik
out
just.
Ken, and this will be our last discussion when I pull this up because look at that drive drop from Simon. That's rough, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
rough because he was only a couple points behind, I believe.
Same
But
with same with Forsberg.
mm-hmm.
He's he got kicked out of the top 10 too.
Yeah. So on to this top part of the bracket. Obviously, you got James the Machine Dean. That's not
Yep.
really a big surprise. Um, he looked great as always, but um, and
Mm-hmm.
then I think the only controversial one was probably the Forsberg Robbins battle.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a little bit of debate on how late was he on throttle into that one zone, and then Alec hit him, and
Yeah, did he pull the old classic Forsberg,
where
you
he
know?
slips the clutch or like
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just like stalls the car for a quick second almost and then just gets back onto
Well,
it.
yeah, what Robbins told me was he saw the guy get off the clutch and do one quick hit and then get back on e brake.
Yep.
But he
I
said
mean,
at the angle of the live streams and the cameras they had, you couldn't tell. So that's why it looked like because that's why Alec told me that's why he lit off because he saw Forsberg let off for a split second and then he went back to slowing down again,
yeah.
which is a
I
bummer,
mean,
And it's one
yeah,
of those
and
things where
I would believe the driver. You know, they see shit that obviously a camera can't see cutting through the smoke and shit like
yeah,
that. Like albeit, you know, going into that zone, there's still tire smoke coming out the rear tires, like especially if you blipped it for a second, like they're still lit up.
right, yeah,
So, yeah, it's tough.
but
Yeah, that was a tough one. I mean, I, I if I was to call it before the battle started, I would have said that Chris had that one easy,
mm-hmm.
and I hate to say, but Robbins has also been a lot more aggressive this year too. So
Well, the Kendos improved their tire, and I think that's helped them out a lot.
yeah, he's definitely looking a lot better. So I can't count him out nearly as much as I hate to say I used to. When
Right,
his name used to be called, I'd be like, all right, well, he's learning.
mm-hmm. Right. Obviously, you got Hurst top 16. You got Forsberg making it to top 8. So I
hmm
mean, solid results for these guys. I mean, I'm sure like Rome was on podium last year, so but new car going against James Dean. It's not a bad way to lose. Losing to Forsberg's no joke either. So
Yeah,
pretty
Dean versus Hughes was sick.
mm-hmm.
That was an awesome run.
That was a fun battle.
Yeah, I'm so happy for Dylan. Truly,
Yeah,
truly so happy for that
and that
kid.
brings me to the bottom of the bracket where you know, I was really impressed with Dylan, honestly, throughout the whole weekend. He was looking really solid, um, and
Taking some
great
hits
result
from
for him.
Turk
Top four,
in
man.
practice a little bit on that entry,
Mm-hmm.
like that, just keeping it going. Like Dylan's his time is coming. I feel like I feel like out of people are like, oh, Field, Turk, whatever. I genuinely feel like Dylan Hughes will get a championship before either of those two.
That's a statement right there, bud.
Yeah, I think him and Simon are like the next two that are like on the chopping block. Other than like as long as James is not in the question, because I think that they have certainly
Mm-hmm.
dialed his car in. I think that they've made changes to his car that
Mm-hmm.
they will not do in public. Um, I think that they have certain parts on there that conflict with certain sponsors, and I that is why he has certainly looked a lot better this year in the Mustang as opposed to the previous year. You know, he's back. He's back on what? He's back on that
Oh,
blue. Oh!
she did a little spinny. I'm just gonna throw her up. Yeah, yeah, fine. Hey, I can't have you go on my desk because there's nowhere for you to go.
Look at that tongue!
Yeah,
Holy cow!
just chilling. You gonna stay there, or you gonna start walking again? I went full
Baby.
screen, but that means I have to use one hand. She doesn't like moving. There she is. All right. Oh, now she wants to go walk. All right. There you go. There she goes. I don't know what you could see of that. Probably not. Probably doesn't show you. All right.
What type of species is she?
It's a tegu.
A tegu, a black and white striped tegu.
Black and white tegu.
Yes. There you go. Not a Komodo. And will James finish a round lower than the podium? Finish a round lower than the podium. Jason, I'm kind of missing.
Will he finish off the podium in one round? Answer is yes.
Finish.
There's always one round that something will break, something will happen.
Nah. Not my machine. Come on, baby. Take me to the promised land.
Yeah. The only thing that's dangerous about her is I get nice scratches.
Oh,
Not that you can tell.
her
Got
little
a nice
claws.
scratch right here. Yeah. And it's just her moving. She wants to keep walking. You know, they really aren't meant to be held for too long. And yeah,
Look at her
she's got
just
some big
lounging
claws.
now. She's just chilling. She really is a dog.
Yeah, she's just I got a leash and a little harness for her and everything. It's just it's not super fun to take her out on walks because she kind of just doesn't want to do a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like
You
she'll
got a
walk
couple
around and stuff, but like
You're not on a path.
yeah,
Let's
and she
say.
really doesn't like the harness, and I don't know. So it's just one of those things where it's just easier to hang out with her in the office and stuff. But
He's going Wendy's mode this season for 4 for 4. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
That's what dude. And now he's gonna compete in Finland. Woo wee for Drift Masters. He's like, yeah, no, let me keep this up. Actually,
bro, you want to scare me? Put James Dean in an S15.
yeah, yeah.
Bro,
Dude,
he doesn't lose in an S15, dude.
I know, that's his car. That is his mobile.
Yeah, but
10 podiums in a row for James. That's what I'm saying. I truly think that this boy is going out for like a record breaking like podium set finish and is like, yeah, you can't touch me. You can't.
I don't think so. I think he's gonna mess up a round. I don't know what round, but I think he's messing up.
I think St. Louis is going to be really hard for him.
Mm-hmm,
I think because the car is so fucking big, and that track is so tight, so narrow. You know, it's
they made
it's
it
a
wider
cool.
though last year.
Yeah, it's just like when he comes back after that outer one,
Mm-hmm.
and like that car is on full lock, it pretty much is like a wall
Right.
up against, like nobody can go or come back. Like it's so big, and I'm
Right.
sure he'll be fine, of course, because it is
Mm-hmm.
James. But like, I don't hope that happens. You know, like you guys,
Right.
you know, you can't win everything. You know, eventually you will lose, but when is that happening? I don't want to see it now. Or even
Yeah.
James is
Oh.
confused. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Brandon. I want to keep seeing more of them.
So I think
True, Jason.
one of the guys who did well needs a shout out. Taylor Hall, grade 8.
Mm-hmm.
After his great battle with Shanahan in Orlando,
I think his
Repeats it.
chases were kind of crazy though. I think he got really lucky a lot.
Yeah,
I think I think
I'm
that
trying to
his drive
remember
he
because
did
it's
a
Dan
lot
and
of
Brandon he beat.
yes. He did a
Hmm.
lot of the initiation in a chase run where he would throw it too early and it would be way too much angle and then he would cut real hard across the track and I don't really know how he managed those, honestly. I think he truly got lucky a couple of times. The Rad Dan one, I think Dan fucked up, right? It was a one more time, and I think he messed up. I could be wrong. I think you're muted.
I am muted. It's because I
Oh,
was getting my fifth cop or sixth cough
oh,
drop of
nice.
the show.
Chelsea won when it was a big track or a small infield. Small infield is what Jason
Hmm.
wrote. Brandon, we gotta get some laps tonight too. By the way, don't be a bitch.
but
um,
I mean, it's
Yeah,
still a
no,
good result for him, you know.
I do gotta say yes. Shout out to Hull because I think that his driving still is a lot better this year than it ever truly has been. The car looks cool.
Hmm.
His driving looks cool. He's got a better like attitude about him, like I've said before. Um, he looks like every time I see him in the car, he's got like a smile on. You know, he's
Hmm.
just happy. He's just happy to be here, which is anybody who's got that like type of style about him,
Hmm.
I'm happy to be your friend.
Right.
Like you seem all right to me. So yeah, good
Yeah.
job for him. Good job for honestly Power. Like coming back from missing last round and then that hard hit in where the fuck was he?
He put down a solid battle with Brandon, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought all weekend that his runs were genuinely not bad.
Hmm.
Um, would I love to see him do more? Yes. I would love to see Mike Power take it to the promised land, but that's a maybe, in the future. I hope. Him versus like Dylan in a final would be fucking crazy to me.
It'd be a
I
very
would
good
pay
sounding
it would
finals.
be the best for me. I'm a big Jay-Z sounds. Give me all of them.
Yeah, she's
But
trying
yeah,
to sun
Matfield,
herself over here, but she moved her
no,
bed, which is closer to the lights.
yeah, now
So
the bed's like right by
now
you.
the
I
bed's
didn't
over
even
here,
notice how much that she's been moving that thing.
dude. She does what she wants, but now that you've moved your bed, now you can't get as hot. Reptiles, man. Um, last thing, I'm kind of having I guess Field kind of a disappointing result again. It's just his championship results are just getting bleaker and bleaker by the event. Only top 16. Not ideal for him. And it looks like we lost old Herbie over here. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, Herbie's gone. He went bye bye. Oh,
Happened?
there he is. He's back. All right.
What
But yeah,
happened?
so I
I
don't
thought
know.
that you left.
You just went by.
Yeah, everything just disappeared, and then I was still able to see myself, so I figured that everything was
Hmm.
kosher, and then the black boxes popped up.
But yeah, I was just saying, Field another not great result for him. So that championship hope is kind of dying every round now. He would need some
Yeah,
real heaters to really get back into that conversation. I feel like, and
yeah,
obviously with this final, it really hurts him. Obviously Odie still, and actually we're just gonna go ahead and go over to it.
I was gonna say James Dean with a 300 something point. Yeah, 354
Yeah, it's
is
really his
insane.
it's his championship to lose at this point. You know,
Insane.
Odie obviously another great result for him, and it's really a run between those two at this point. It's a really unfortunate, again, Simon probably the worst weekend out of everyone, just
Yeah,
because of the car.
'cause
You know.
he was like 7 points behind at one
Mm-hmm.
point,
7 points
if
behind at
that.
James. You know, and it's
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
now he's
it's like
was it
over
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 100 now?
100. Yeah, that's a that's that's a tough break. I feel bad. I mean, James is truly running away with this.
Yeah.
He's
You know, and
he's
it's one of those things where it's I personally am not having a lot of fun if it's just one guy and he's just way ahead of everyone else. That's
Max
why I don't.
Verstappen.
That's why I don't like. Yeah, no. So it's like not really interested in F1, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But it's like, yeah, just the way the years panned out was really Olsen. Man, that really bummed me out, dude. Because I really liked seeing a couple guys at least up at the top fighting, and now it's like I said, it's James Dean's
I
event,
didn't even know
only
until
championship to
the
lose.
16 ceremonies that what happened to Olson's car. Truly,
Yeah, just last run of
shot every
practice.
run, and we get to the ceremonies, and I'm like, "Where's Simon?" I'm like, "Oh,
Didn't even come
right,
out for his battle.
never actually shot him for 32. That would make sense. What
Mm-hmm.
happened?" And then even the Novak thing, dude. Shout out to Novak for that nonsense, brother. That sucked.
What happened to him?
The run before him called a comp timeout. He then needed to call a comp timeout, and in that they were late by literally 1 second. The car wouldn't start, like it wouldn't just fire up, so they had to bump start it, so they had to push it back and then fire it up, and by that time they were 1 second behind.
No way.
Yep, and that's why he wasn't able to pull up to the line, and only
Wow.
because he wouldn't have needed to do the 5 minute the comp five if that run before him didn't also call a comp five, because then they just pushed it to his battle, but they were still doing something to try to just. Yep,
Oh, damn.
yep, dude, and he would have fucking. I had him like on like the back of my mind as like Novak might catch a dub on this round, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
because he rips here. He's good at this track. He's just a good driver, I truly feel like, and gets gets shafted all the time. And I,
Right.
I think that was one of the that and Simon this weekend sucks. Just sucks. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing you could do. Just straight hands in the air. Like it is what it is, man. Like thank you to the team. Thanks for all the sponsors. And here's my credit card
Mm-hmm.
because we got to pay for all this.
Right.
And tail between the legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just sucks. Just all around. So
Yeah. So, if I told you halfway through the season, Ken Gucci, Brandon Sorensen, Minoa, and Adam LZ would all be in the top 10 after that, would you believe me?
probably not.
I mean, the
Well,
only guy, I mean, Ken usually is in the,
Can't
the 10 to 15 range
I would
last
have put
couple
him at
years.
a 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's right around that 10 range for me.
but Brandon I wouldn't necessarily see. LZ definitely. I mean, like
He
he's
missed
been
a round
getting
too,
better
didn't
and
he?
better. Yeah, and he missed around.
Which is wild, dude. He's had some really solid like rounds.
That's why like
So,
I know he made like that post saying that, I next year I'm gonna make more of a thing to make it to every round because everybody loves him, and he's doing well. Um, but the fact that he won't be at every next round, like, dude, you're not top 10 is crazy, dude. Like, maybe fuck the Drift Masters right now, and and, and do this. But like at the same time, I guess if I had his shoes and if I had the
you got
option,
to think about it. He's already driven
he's
Formula
done
Drift.
this. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, if I was in his shoes, I would probably do the same exact thing. I would try to just get out to as many different tracks that I could, make new fans,
Mm-hmm.
like, which is hard for him because I mean he's already got a huge fan base. So to make a new fan base off of 1.7 million that already follow you. Like that's a difficult thing. So yes, he should be coming to St. Louis.
Oh,
Should be.
really?
Should be.
He's just making this happen, man.
Somehow, dude. You know, a flight. You know, you could be there in the next day.
It's true.
As long as you got the money for it, which out of anybody that do this type of thing, I don't know what his bank account looks like, but I'm just assuming he's probably the best off to be able to do that type of thing.
Right.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, man. Honestly, it's kind of cool seeing some of these kids and younger guys like Manoa
some
and
new
Sorensen,
faces.
new faces up in the top 10 this year. It kind of a little refreshing. I still obviously wish the gap was a little closer for Dean, but it is what it is. And honestly, it's halfway through the season, and it's been a really solid year for the most part. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you know the
I
rule
would.
changes
It
have
would have
made
been
some
sick
weird.
to see
They made some
for
weird
like
rule changes this year that I think have
yeah.
made some things a little bit more complicated, but that's a broader discussion, and just
Yeah.
something I'm not a big fan of. But as far as
I
the
think
driving has been better than
that'll
it
change.
ever has been, and
The rules will change as always.
mhm,
I mean, they're
yeah,
constantly changing. They make them. They feel it out. They're like, yeah, that one's bad. This one's pretty
hmm
good, and all right, we'll get rid of that.
right,
So, but dude, if it was like a James, Osbo, Forsberg top three right now, the all 3-time champions,
yeah.
could you imagine?
Well,
Like
I'd be
that,
like,
I would be cool with.
well, I would be like, oh, well, this is like every other
Typical,
year, so
typical, but
I
there's
like
so
this. Like
much
I
on
was
the
a big fan
line.
of Olson, doing well because
Yeah,
he's a new
me
guy.
too. Yeah,
So I want to keep seeing new guys do well, just to keep it competitive all around.
yeah,
But I think that's pretty much everything I got from the round. Um,
yeah. You said
yeah,
you had to
I
make
still
it
got
kind of quick
editing I'm working on from the round. I just wanted
for
to get
sure.
this out to people, but big announcement for Clutch Kickers. They will be at Mid Pond next year, or is it? I don't know if they're doing stuff this year, but I actually didn't get to see the whole announcement. I just noticed it. But
I
that's
saw
close up to. It's up in my neck
somebody's
of the
comment
woods.
yesterday. They let it out on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Some woman,
Mm-hmm.
classic. She commented. She's like, see you soon," and it was a mid pond lady.
Oh.
And I think it was Kegel commented on it, and he was like, "See you soon?" question mark or whatever. And I clicked on her thing and I saw that she was a mid pond lady, and I was like, "Oh, she let it out the bag." But you got to do some creeping to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I've never been to a Clutch Kickers thing, so
Dude,
I'll have to
it
make it
was
out
so
to one.
much fun when we did them, so I'm hoping they have the same vibes.
Well, if you ever need an extra hand,
Yeah, we'll see.
holler at
We'll see what the series actually turns out to be.
holler at
See what kind of
your
hype it
dumbass.
is and stuff like that. But I really hope it's something like it was earlier because I had so much fun doing those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I always wanted to make it down to Florida for their original track. Golly, that place looks sick.
it was so fun. But yeah, I'm gonna do a quick grab the lizard for a little goodbye, and then we'll end her off here.
All right, sir. Oh, look at her. What would you want to be so close? A simple mistake takes an athlete.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, I just like it tight. I don't want it monopolized, Biggs. I love James Dean. He's my favorite driver, but yeah.
As I said, she doesn't
mean,
like to be held.
Yeah, look.
He's all fussy looking at me. Why do you keep
Excuse
picking
me.
me up? I am
Yeah,
not
right.
a cuddle
I
bear.
am. I am not your trophy wife.
But yeah, I don't know if you can
Oh
see
my
that, but
gosh,
that's what she does to you when
that's
she like
funny.
scratches you.
She
So
just
you get
does the water.
stuff all over my. Yeah, I'm in my emo phase right now actually.
Yeah.
So I
All
just
these
cut
scars are
myself.
gonna
It's
form,
just yeah.
and
That's
you
why
gotta
I really should
explain.
be wearing long sleeves when I hold her. But
Yeah.
that was my fault. But
Oh shit.
oh man.
But
Well, we still got a couple people left in here. But
thank you all for hanging out. Wait, when was the last time a non-factory back driver won? Uh,
I don't know. Would you consider James Dean being a factory driver?
oh yeah, RTR baby.
No, I mean with the Falcon cars.
Yeah. Oh, you mean a championship or just per event? Because like Dylan or I can't even say Ken because he's like he's almost a
Toyota.
Toyota
Yeah.
TRD guy. Yeah. Mm, it's tough in a pro because a lot of those dudes are truly like the ones that are going to win have that backing.
Right. So
Like it's like Rome when he or
Rome never won a championship.
no no he didn't win a championship but he won an event, right?
Yeah, there's been guys that are not factory back that have won rounds, but I think
Championship he's
James Dean was
saying.
probably when he was in S15. He was the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah, he just came over with Falcon and with
Hmm.
his own car
Yeah.
and made it work. And I mean, Warthouse was what's that? That's Peter's dad's company, right?
Hmm.
Warthouse is just like a construction, like a lumber company almost.
Hmm.
Damn, I'd love to meet that guy. And I also failed at getting my mom a signed shirt by James Dean, so way to go on my part.
Man, why you gotta be doing
I
that,
have
man?
I got one job every round, and it's been since Long Beach. Can I have a shirt signed by James Dean? That's all she wants.
We'll get it by the end of the year.
I just don't want to be that guy, dude. I told him when on Wednesday when I saw him on the front track, I was like, dude, like I have to see you and get a fucking signed shirt from you. He's like, I could just sign something right now, and I'm like, no, it has to be a James Dean RTR shirt. As I'm fanboying a little bit right now, but it's for my mom.
Yeah.
Did Essa have
Well,
a massive
she's
team when he won? Essa
yeah.
Essa was just like Essa Motorsports,
No, he's not factory back though.
or EA or yeah, no, he's not factory back. He did win a championship. That's
Hmm.
crazy. I forgot. And he retired.
Yeah.
What a
Well,
nerd.
I got a little girl on the loose over here that's underneath my chair. So
Yeah, I gotta go eat something and then figure out what I gotta edit next.
yeah. But yeah, it was good seeing everyone. Sorry it's been interesting trying to do this with strep, but I made it through without too much coughing, I feel like.
You did great. My asthma's starting to kick in now because it's been a little wacky of a day here in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, dude. But again, thanks for watching. Obviously, the big streams will be back when we're doing FT's.
St. Louis, baby. Shee-wee.
We'll do a pre-show probably either the Thursday before, um, and I'll try to schedule it a little bit farther in advance so people know. That was this was kind of a last minute thing. I just been grinding on getting stuff out to who I need to.
It
As far as
happens.
footage wise, so it was like I could fit it in right now, and then I gotta go back to editing. So, but
When do you
again,
want to do the St. Louis one? You want to do it,
yeah, we'll do it the Thursday before, so like the week
alright,
before.
deal.
It-
Sounds like a plan, sir.
Awesome, man. Well, great at seeing everybody, and till next time.
Until